So there has been talk within the CIA of destabilizing Venezuela after its recent election where it continued to elect its socialist government. Now, I think in order to fully understand why Venezuela is in a state where it could need regime change, we need to look at why it is the way it is. You see, a long time ago, Venezuela had a huge GDP because it had a lot of oil. Okay? Then, they were like, hey, we got a bunch of money, why not try some socialists? Try some socialism. So they did. And it worked because they had a lot of oil. Then Saudi Arabia flooded the market with really cheap oil. Then Venezuela crashed because the US went for the Saudi oil and not the Venezuela oil. And this is obviously the fault of socialism. Don't ask how, it is. Now, because of this, Venezuela was sent into a state of poverty for several years. Now, they had a recent election, because Venezuela is a democratically elected system, in which they continued to elect their main socialist party. Because of that, it is possible that there will be regime change in Venezuela. Now, let's talk about our history with regime change, or as it's also known as, taking over democratically elected leaders and replacing them with dictatorships. I mean, hey, we've done it with so many other socialist countries. Why not do it with this one? You know, maybe socialism would have a better chance of working if we stopped either sabotaging or overthrowing socialist leaders. Just saying. Just saying. For the record, no, I'm not a socialist. However, maybe we shouldn't be regime-changing areas? Just saying. But okay. Let's look at what happens when we don't have the regime in control. Take Cuba, for example. Before Castro, it was a prospering nation with a secret police force. Okay, but maybe they don't mean regime change. Maybe they just mean get rid of the current leader, like what we did with Iraq with Saddam Hussein, which destabilized the region. That's the other thing, by the way, and this is why it won't work, especially in communist and socialist countries where propaganda is frequent. These people really like their leaders. If anything, regime change would immediately fail and more than likely cause complete destabilization. Which, in the case of Libya, led to ISIS, and in the case of Iraq, also led to ISIS. And for that matter, with the talk of getting involved with North Korea, Syria, and now Venezuela, I have written on my whiteboard how many foreign interventions we should get involved with that don't actually involve us. You ready? None of them. It's kind of hard to see me. We shouldn't be involved in any foreign interventions, especially when it's a democratically elected leader. It is not our place to go and be the world police. It is not our place to go tell other countries, no, you screwed up. We think we can do it better. Let's implement a secret police like we did in Cuba. And that's it. I'm Ephrom, and good night.